Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It's okay. Day 3, Reflection 1. Today, I had court and I did everything in the world that I could to um, bring my husband back. 2 years since the time of his accident. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had fed about 10,000 plus people through me in 3 different countries and started a clothing line label with his name. Tried to develop a Muslim app and fly out and tried to attempt to donor and disburse a private jet from the 501c and just for prayers for his life. And guess what? Allah was the one that showed me that had I done this, then he would get out of a coma. He would survive all of the things that he did. I did. Because of whatever Allah showed to me, I didn't even think anything of it. I just did it. I didn't know how. And everyone else that had helped, overseas had made it happen, and locally for however. I did 2 court petitions for guardianship. I depleted all of my finances, my energy, my love, my heart, my soul. And in the end, in Ramadan, instead of being honored by the person whom I also did it for, it wasn't only for me, it was for him too. It was for us, it was for our marriage, it was for love, because the last thing he ever said to me before his accident was, I love you. And you know what? In court, his response to me felt like more like the American term F you. That's what it felt like. And you know, I was fasting and I almost, this is my reflection, astaghfirullah, came to a point where I couldn't breathe. I wanted to break my fast. For a second, the thought came for a second from within. And you know what I thought instead of return? I thought, you know what? No. What's gonna happen when we are standing before the angels and before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and our book's already there and we're being questioned? Okay, we're being questioned. Are we gonna tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or the angels, hey, can I get a Coca-Cola? Can I go out for a walk? Can I get a break to, smoke or do whatever it is that, you think might alternatively help? For the believers, they're probably like, oh, can I, take a minute? Let me pray some salah, let me take a break. Let me drink some cold water. Like an alternative. You're before the hellfire. You're about to get astaghfirullah if you are. you know, like you're either gonna be thrown in or you're either gonna make it out, you know, whichever one. You're on your knees at that point, as per the description, you know. And I thought to myself, hey, I'm not gonna have a break when my accounts and my records are gonna be brought forth. There's no, you know, there's just questioning that the answers already found present for it. They're just a reflection of the history. It's like, you know, kind of like our, you know, our browser history. It's like we're just, you know, going over our history of what we did. So, would it have been worth it to have breaking the fast? No. No. Astaghfirullah. No matter the situation of stress, what are we going to do on the day of Yom Al Qiyamah or on the day of the great event? What are you going to do then? You're going to, excuse me, be so stressed out, so stressed out, so stressed out. People are going to have miscarriages because of the amount of stress that they're in. You understand? So, for my husband, who for 2 years, after your accident, for everything that I had done for myself, for you, for us, I declare this now. On this very day of Ramadan, that I am standing in front of the ocean right now, like Moses was. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open up part that sea. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala part that sea for me. Or there's no other or. May I not drown like Pharaoh. May Allah answer my dua like Asya, who wanted how near Allah. Not all of us are what your eyes may find to be present. Allah knew the condition of our hearts. Allah knew all of that. When my husband wasn't around, so it was all a plan of the divine. I know that for a fact. This was in the plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All of it. I know I should never be talking about it, but it's a fact of the matter. I know that if my husband was around, then the amount of people that took a shahada, the amount of people that entered the deen, perhaps wouldn't have. I would have never been able to meet them. The amount of dawah, the amount of shahadas, the amount of Qurans, the amount of things that I had given out, and all of that wouldn't have been possible. I don't believe so. I do believe that I could have, because it did happen when he was around. And I didn't have to go that far where I'm in the condition that I'm in. Just wish that such wasn't the case. I loved him very, very much, and I still love him. And I hope that if there's anyone on the planet that's watching this, then you raise your hands up to Allah. Would you like to know for who first? Not for us. Not for me and my spouse first. To help us pray for the dunya. We don't have a dunya. If we don't have a dunya, we don't have any of us. None of us. None of us will exist. So as per my last stream, more than me and my spouse, the dunya needs our dua. Allah wants us to pray for our dunya. He wants us to pray for our dunya. So pray the war, the evil, the great event out from us. Out from us, please. And if there's any part that you can, because it's in the Quran, to pray for our dunya, that we have time, so please, if there's anything left, you can pray for the mu'mineen. If there's anything left in that roster of prayers and dua, please pray for my husband and I. Because if I don't have him this time, I'm gonna lose him. I'm gonna lose my husband. Who's the love of my life? It's like Asya. We really see Pharaoh turn into Pharaoh despite having those 9 chances. Well, guess what? I don't want the turnout of Asya with Pharaoh. I want my husband to make it. So please, pray. Please pray. Please pray.